Okay, muchachos, we have some more irregular verbs in the preterite. And these not only have weird stems, but they also have weird endings. They're the same endings. We already went over these when we did the verbs estar and poder, poner, saber, tener, all those. Okay, so we'll just do them two at a time. We have 6 of them we need to go over. So the first one we're going to do is VENIR, which means to come. We also have QUERER, which means to want. Okay, so if we do our little chart here, VENIR is bean. That's my stem. Bean, 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 and bean. Okay, QUERER is quis. Quis, quis, keys, keys, and keys. Hug, hug, little keys. Big hug, little keys. Okay, classes. So now let's go back through and add our endings. We're gonna be working off this was on our last one of the other videos we did, where the endings for this are they're a combination. So it's a and iste and o, no accents. And then emos and ieron. Okay? Okay, a little weird there, but so let's go back through and add them. So we have bine. So, and again, these are preterites. So this is I came, biniste, you came, bino, he or she came, binimos, we came, and vinieron, you guys came or they came. Okay? Same thing here. We're going to add the same endings. Quise, I wanted. Quisiste, squeeze that in, you wanted. Quiso, quisimos, we wanted, and quisieron. Okay, so those are my forms for those two verbs. They're irregular. So weird stems and weird endings. Okay. All right. The next two are DECIR and TRAER. So we have DECIR, which means to say or to tell. And what did I say? TRAER? Yeah, TRAER. To bring. Okay. Make these charts a little bigger so I'm not as squished there. All right, so let's see. DECIR, again, we're going to be using that the same endings that we used on the other two, on VENIR and QUERER. But these stems, it's D-I-J are the stems for this one, okay? And D-I-J. Here it's tra with a J. Tra and tra. Okay, so those are my stems, and then we're just going to use the actually this is we have another little thing on that bottom right hand form too. So let's add our endings. So we have dije, I said or I told. Dijiste, you said or you told. Dijo, dijimos, and dijeron, but it's not. We dropped the I, so it's just dijeron. And I don't know if you just heard me, but I said dijeron, but it's not, that extra E isn't in there. It's just dijeron. Okay, same thing over here. We're not going to put the I there. So let's come back here. So we have traje, which means I brought. Trajiste, you brought. Trajo, trajimos, and trajeron. Again, drop that I. Okay, so now that we have weird stems and we're using those weird endings, but then this bottom right is we drop the I, so it's, anyway, just lots of odd things going on these. Okay, last two. Last two we're going to do is leer, to read. And CONSTRUIR, to build or to construct. Put to build, that's shorter. Okay, let's do our little charts here. Okay, now for these we aren't going to use, we're going to use the regular ER and IR endings in the preterite, okay? And the only one we really have to worry about, we have an irregular, we have an odd thing going on at the bottom here. So the top ones are fine. So you have lei, so there's my stem, le, right? Drop the ER, and then you add the E, lei, then you have leiste. And then we have over here leimos. Okay. Now down here we run into an issue because lei, and if we add the EO onto it, we end up with 3 vowels in a row. And remember, whenever that happens, we change the I to a Y. So let's change that I to a Y. And then we're going to add, we still need the accent, so leyo. That's going to happen here as well. So if we have my stem and then we add ieron to the end, we end up with 3 vowels. So we're going to change that I to a Y. So we have leyeron. Okay? Okay, so those are my forms of leer in the preterite. Okay, so construire is the same thing. So my stem would be constru, right? And then the yo form would be e, construi, I built or I constructed. Construiste. No, there is an accent here, and I think it's because normally the E takes precedent, but we want our voice to go up on the I, so we say leiste. It kind of separates those vowels. Here we don't need to, construiste. Okay, you don't need an accent on that one. Here's where we're gonna run into our issue. Construio, where we end up with 3 vowels in a row. So same thing, we're gonna change that to a Y. So we have construyo. Construimos. And then construyeron. I'd already changed that I to a Y. Okay, so the top forms are fine; they follow the rules. It's these bottom ones that we got to make that little spelling change to avoid having 3 vowels in a row. Okay, all right. I think that's about it. Those are our irregular verbs in the preterite.